Welcome to Aaron's garden. This is some bare soil we got here, ladies and gentlemen. We just got some new plants to plant in the garden, and I want to show you guys how you can make sure that any new plants that you put in your garden bed will establish themselves quickly and properly. And that starts with some good old moisture. This is brown water here because we've added our probiotic to this. It is full of bacteria and molasses, which will feed the plants and help them establish themselves very quickly. So let's give these babies a real good water. First, you got to put your plants in the ground, and then next, you got to soak it really well. So we're going to soak in between each plant. We're going to soak on top of the plant so that the existing root ball gets nice and moist. And this is going to make sure that when the plant starts to grow its roots out, it has access to moisture. And this is also going to reduce transplant shock. When I was weeding this garden bed, there were a ton of different plants growing on it. So what I did and what everybody should do is rip those down, rip them up a little bit, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put that on top of the soil. This is organic matter, which is going to break down slowly over time and provide more nutrients for your plant long term. And because it's fresh, it's going to act as a beautiful mulch for your soil. As you can see here, this bare soil is not going to be bare for long. So this mulch is basically going to help retain the moisture in the soil. Then what happens is when the sun is out beating on that soil, it's not going to dry up super quick, and it's not going to harm our plants. The dry soil will basically make it so roots have a harder time growing. So this mulch here is going to act as food for the plants, and it's also going to protect that beautiful soil from the sun's rays and from it drying out completely. If you're cutting your lawn, break up all of those lawn trimmings afterwards. They are great compost for your lawn to leave them there, but they're also a really great way to reuse them and add it onto your garden beds as a mulch. This is beautiful free mulch that will break down. Look at that green goodness. It's like a smoothie for your soil. Then all you do is you just grab a handful of that nice grass mountain, take it over to your soil bed that you've now covered beautifully with some plants, and use that to fill up the rest of the cracks. This will basically help make a beautiful and nice covered layer on the surface of your soil. This thing is not going to lose any moisture, and all of these plants are going to establish themselves super quickly, and they're going to be super healthy as a result. Just make sure that you're filling every nook and cranny in there because we don't want to lose any water. So make sure you get it right up to the base of the plant there. Sometimes some of your plants can get a little bit of that grass all over them, so just give them a little bit of a tickle and get all those grass off there so it can do all of its photosynthesis that it needs to do. Now that we put all this organic matter on the soil, we need something to help break it down. There are tons of microbes in soil, but by adding a microbial culture to this mixture that we added, that's going to help automatically decompose all of those leaves and grass clippings that you put on there, and that's going to make more nutrients for your plant much faster. The best thing about BIOS is that it's compostable, so there's no waste here. Rip that bad boy up. All you got to do is dig yourself a little hole in that garden bed that you just beautifully dressed, and we're just going to pop the old bag right into that hole. That is going to decompose over time and also become more food for your plants. This is how you keep soil beautifully healthy. This is how you establish plants very quickly in any garden, no matter what it is you're growing.